Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a more traditional run of this reactor. I will not really be using a single type of plastic. I'm really doing more municipal solid waste, so there's going to be some cardboard in there, some plastic in there, pretty much, all types of plastic, from PET to styrofoam to LDPE, all of it just mixed together because, like I said, I kind of want to simulate municipal solid waste. Maybe even some bits of food residue on the plastic. So anyway, you see I shredded those all up. I added a whole pan full of carbon in there, carbon from previous reactions. This will act as a catalyst, allow the plastic to absorb microwaves. So we went ahead, we weighed all of the plastic, and we ended up getting around 16.12 pounds or 7.34 kilograms. So this is the largest batch we've ever done. All times past we've been doing 1 pound or 3 pound runs. Now my theory is with this reactor, the bigger the batch, the more efficiency. And that's usually how everything is in life. The bigger it is, the more efficiency. So I want to see, how much more efficient will we get? Because we know we've had some runs, it takes like 5 hours to get through 1 pound of plastic. That's not good at all. That sounds horrible. But, that's not... I feel like this reactor has a lot more potential than that because I just see how hot it gets and how efficient it is with the energy production from the microwaves. I figure that we can get the same... we can, in the same amount of time, right, we can do as much plastic, in my opinion. So that's my hypothesis. We're gonna see. You see, I had quite a bit of plastic to load in there. It took a good bit of time. All the plastic I dropped on the floor, swept up, put it in there. So we have kind of accurate calculations, I guess you could say. I went ahead and I started to push this argon in to push the oxygen out. And as I was doing that, I was spinning the blades to kind of get all the pockets between all the plastics. And I did my flame test, as you see. And the flame was being sequestered by the argon, meaning the environment was probably mostly argon at this point. So we went ahead, we turned her on. And as you see, literally just a couple minutes after starting, we already had flammable vapors forming. So this is very promising to me because this lets me see that despite such a large capacity of plastic, the microwaves are having no problem breaking it down already. So 50 minutes in, and we already have a full yoga ball full of flammable and calorific gas. And this is amazing because normally it takes literally an hour to an hour and a half to fill up a full yoga ball, but we're not even at an hour and we already have a full yoga ball. So that's really good to see. So I went ahead and I spun these blades. I go forward, I go reverse for a little bit as well. Or rather the other way around, I went reverse and I went forward. And I just do this like every 20 to 30 minutes. As often as I feel I need to just agitate the things around in there. And for the first time ever while we're running this reactor, the pressure actually went up a little bit. As you see, the pressure gauge is a little bit above zero. You can't really read out the numbers, but I would assume it's around 1.5 psi. And I went to touch the column to see the heat, and it was actually quite hot at the beginning of the column and here at the other side of the column right before the condenser. And it was starting to get a little bit warm on the pipe under the condenser, which is kind of a bad sign. That means my condenser sucks. The condenser itself, though, was still staying really cool, so that's good to know. 1 hour and 45 minutes in, and we had a whole another 2 yoga balls filled, which is crazy. So we have 3 total yoga balls already, which is like absolutely crazy compared to before. Like I say, it usually takes this amount of time to get 1 yoga ball full. And as you can see, look at the vapors now. They're super flammable, super calorific. So I hooked up another yoga ball to capture this because we don't want any of this good energy going to
Ow! There's some big balls in my face. What in the world? 4 balls. 3 hours, 21 minutes in. I'm gonna have to compress one of these because I ain't got no space for all these big balls. Compress this ball into this propane tank. I have it hooked up here. Here is the outlet. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Alright. We have quite a bad leak right here. You see the oil is leaking out at these unions. I need to tighten it better and also put some more Teflon tape around the stuff after this run is done. 4 hours, 32 minutes, another yoga ball full. We just put this empty one on there like 30 minutes ago. Because remember, I had to suck it dry so I could put it on here, and now it's full. Dude, who would have known this? We'd have too much gas. So I gotta suck another yoga ball dry just so we're not wasting it. Bro, so it's been 5 hours, 11 minutes. I would keep running this until all the vapors stop forming, but I got to go somewhere. So, we'll go ahead and turn her off here, see how the carbon comes out. As you can see, this last yoga ball, not quite full, I'd say probably a quarter of the way there. But in total, we did get 5, so hey, I ain't complaining, man. That's quite a good bit of yoga balls. Quite a good bit of balls, if you ask me. Wow, wow, wow. I am thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly. I mean, look at the level of carbonization of everything. I can't pick out or make out with my eye a single piece of plastic anywhere in this whole batch of carbon. We got some briquettes that formed here. Everything is so dusty. Everything is so dry. Now keep in mind, guys, 16 pounds of plastic, 5 hours. So we got this much energy out of the same amount of time and energy it put in to do 1 pound of styrofoam. So clearly, you know, people always want to ask me efficiency this, efficiency that. Clearly this reactor works best with big loads put in its mouth, because it took the same amount of time to do such a large capacity. And in fact, I think the larger capacity in there, the more surface area of plastic actually boosted the reactor. You know, it boosted the temperature, the working temperature. We saw it boosted the working pressure, and all of that, you know, kind of butterflies off of itself to make everything else better. So clearly, we do bigger loads, skip all the little wussy stuff, little 1 pound crap, 1 kilo crap. We're doing the big stuff, 4 kilos, 16 pounds type stuff. I mean, because I have yet to see carbonization this even and consistent throughout everything. You know what I'm saying? What is this? It was just a bit of a whole bunch of crap. Oh, maybe this is some plastic here. Oh, yeah, that is. Oops. You know, stuff like that easily can be sifted out. Let's say this was an industrial scale. Of course, the only thing we want coming out of this is just carbon and some of the inorganic stuff. No actual plastic. So, but you know, look how fine the real carbon is. That easily can be sifted out. So let's go ahead and weigh this. See how much weight loss. I mean, this is pretty heavy here, I won't lie. It feels like it gained weight to me. If it gained weight, then obviously I did something wrong, which will make me look like an idiot, just like last episode, so I sure hope it didn't gain weight. 12.12 pounds. So it lost 4 pounds. Okay, so I'm not gonna look like an idiot. It lost 4 pounds, albeit this one little chunk of plastic that was left out of everything, just one little chunk. But hey, I don't mind that. You know, even these little briquettes. This is cold, dude. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness, it's so satisfying. There's metal recovery too. Like, where this wire is that copper? Yeah, that was a win. Absolute win in my books, without a doubt. 6 larger capacities, bigger loads down that reactor's throat is the way to go. Because you guys need to remember, That's not just 12 pounds of carbon, that's 12 pounds of energy. Carbon is energy, it can be burned. That's 12 pounds of energy recovery. So for the same amount of energy that it takes to do 1 pound of styrofoam and get like less than a pound of carbon, we just got 12 pounds of carbon for the same energy costs. Therefore, on top of all this gas, remember all this gas we got too much. I had to compress them. Remember, we had 5 balls total, 5 balls. Imagine 5 of my balls down your throat at the same time. That's pretty much what happened. It was too much for anything to handle. So, I mean, it was crazy. So think about it like that. You know, we did the math last time. Let's say the minimum, each of these balls has 4 kilowatt hours in each ball. 5 balls, 4 kilowatt hours, that's 20 kilowatt hours. We only consumed 25 kilowatt hours, okay? And now, so you're telling me that in all of that coal we got 12 pounds, there isn't at least 5 kilowatt hours in there. Oh, well, let's say there's just 3. Well, guess what else we got? We got liquid too. Now, I already have this measuring cup full of the liquid from when we were just pouring it out while it's running. So we already have 850 mil. Now, that's with the water in there, of course. So I'm gonna have to pour the rest into this little nut jar here. We get more liquid, we get more gas, we get more coal for larger capacities, which means more energy recovery, but yet we're putting in the same amount of energy. 5 hours. We could have even gone for 6 hours. It only would have been probably close to 30 kilowatt hours, and I can guarantee you guys, we're getting at least 30 kilowatt hours with all these products combined. At least 30. We're at a net energy positive, and we haven't even done the most to make this thing the most efficient. Come on now. So let's go ahead and separate the water via the good old Mad Max Nile Red separatory funnel. Ladies and gents, try not to spill this as I pour it, but as you know, that ain't really possible for me. Man, I suck at pouring measuring cups. Good God. I spilled at least like a good bit. Well, not like that much, but you know, there were some casualties at war, to say the least. Pouring the rest of this here, as much as we can at one time. The more we put in, the less we gotta wait. Oh shit! God damn it! I was being a little bit greedy, I won't lie. We'll just wait with what we got. Alright, let's get the water out. Now, you can't see crap out of this separatory. What is leaking? Jesus. You can't see crap out of the separatory funnel because it's so dirty, but, you know, I tried to clean it. Didn't work. Is that oil already? No, it's not. It's still water. Hey, if she twerks, she works. You know what I'm saying? And let the oils flow. You know, as I was pouring out or getting out all that water, there was also some other heavy stuff, just gunk. It was actually even heavier than the water. I don't even know what the stuff is. It's just like dirt. There's no other way to say it. It's just straight up dirt. That was interesting. You can't see the numbers, but we're at 550 mil of pure oil. That's not mixed with water, not mixed with anything else. Pure pyrolysis oil. I'm actually very pleased with that. That's the biggest and fattest oil we've ever gotten yet, which makes sense. We put the most in there. But 550. I want to do the math and see how many kilowatt hours are in here. Now, we know this is a mix of a whole bunch of stuff. It's some gasoline in here, kerosene, diesel. When we do this math, we're just going to assume that this is gasoline, because gasoline has the lowest energy content out of those 3 products. So that way there's always some buffer room to go up, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Catch is easy. Burned very long, very well. That long burn lets us know for a fact there are diesel and jet fuel products in there, at the very least diesel, because obviously gasoline does not burn that long for that little bit in there. But there was gasoline in there, and we know that because it lit to the flame or to the arc very easily, which diesel does not do. So it clearly is a mix of gasoline and diesel, so it has a high energy content.
So, the energy consumption of this 5-hour run was 25 kilowatt hours. We got 12 pounds of coal, or actually 12.12 pounds. Now, 1 pound of coal is equal to 0.90 kilowatt hours on the low side. So we take that 0.90 kilowatt hours and we multiply it by 12.12 pounds. That's how much we got. And we end up getting 10.908 kilowatt hours of coal. All right, that's a pretty decent amount. But let's not forget, we also got an oil, 550 mil of gasoline. Now, we don't know exactly what this oil composition is, but we're assuming gasoline because gasoline has the lowest energy content between diesel and kerosene, so that gives us some buffer zone if some calculations are wrong. So, 1 liter of gasoline is equal to 8.9 kilowatt hours. 1,000 mil are in 1 liter, so we divide that 8.9 kilowatt hours per liter by 1,000 milliliters, which gives us 0.0089 kilowatt hours per milliliter. So now we take that and we multiply that by 550 milliliters, and that gives us 4.895 kilowatt hours of gasoline. So we add the coal and the gasoline together, ends up being 4.895 kilowatt hours plus 10.908 kilowatt hours, which gives us 15.803 kilowatt hours. So far, that's not bad. That's not a bad energy rate. But we also got these balls that we store the gas in. Let's not forget those. Now, last episode, we found that 1 full ball is worth £1. And we assumed that 1 pound of gas in the ball was methane. But that's not really realistic, because methane is not exactly the same as this pyrolysis gas. This pyrolysis gas is a composition of gases like natural gas. So let's assume this is instead 1 pound of natural gas. So 1 gram of natural gas is equal to 54 kilojoules of energy. There are 453.592 grams per pound. So we multiply that 453.59 times 54 kilojoules per gram, which gives us 24,493.86 kilojoules. So we take that 24,493.86 kilojoules and we divide it by 3,600 because that's the formula to convert kilojoules to kilowatt hours, and we get 6.80385 kilowatt hours. So that's about 6.8 kilowatt hours per yoga ball. Now, we got 5 of these balls this run. 5 of them, a lot. So 6.8 times 5 equals 34 kilowatt hours from the yoga balls alone. Now, we add the coal product plus the oil product plus the gas product, and that ends up coming out to be 4.895 plus 10.908 plus 34. And all of that together equals 49.803 kilowatt hours. Now, let me mind you again, the energy consumption of this run was 25 kilowatt hours. 49.803 kilowatt hours minus 25 kilowatt hours gives us 24.803 kilowatt hours. So that lets us know that we gained 24.803 kilowatt hours. That's almost double the energy input. So that is a great efficiency. 199% efficiency, actually. And I actually put that in the calculator. As you see, literally we're at 199% efficiency with a huge buffer zone because I did a lot of the things lower than they actually may be. So to anybody who ever doubted me or this project, assuming that it would never work because it's not efficient enough, I have 2 balls here and I want you to look at them both with modesty, earnestly and proper etiquette, because I believe that is what I and all of the OGs who knew where this project was going and believed in it the whole time, that's what we deserve. We deserve you to lick both of our balls with honor and humility. So with that being said, thank you all. We won. We will continue to win. Peace out.